This video is going to cover the topic of multiplying and dividing integer stories. Be sure the date and topic are at the top of your page. The essential question that also needs to be on your page is how do we interpret multiplying and dividing integer stories? And when we multiply and divide integers, many of the stories that we face will be similar to those we use when we're using just regular old positive numbers. As with any math story, we want to be sure that we understand the entire situation and solve the story or solve the problem in a way that makes the most sense. So with that in mind, I'm going to share with you a few phrases and terms that might come up in different types of stories. Keep in mind that seeing particular words in a story does not mean that it is necessarily multiplication or division. It might, right? But really what you want to be paying attention to is context. So in your notebook, be sure to record some of these kind of clue words, right, for multiplication. Total change, repeatedly, every, in a row, times, groups of, when something's being doubled, tripled, etc. And if you have more that you can share with us, feel free to add that and we'll share it in class when you come in with your notes. But more than just these phrases, right, it's important that you realize that multiplying, whether it's integers, negative and positive, or just plain old positive numbers, is when something is occurring more than once, right? Something is happening repeatedly, and you know how much it's happening each time. So something's being repeated the same amount multiple times. And what you're looking for is the total amount, right? That means in that context, multiplication would be a good strategy to use to find the answer. And just as you did with the multiplication keywords, go ahead and jot down these division words as well. And again, just seeing these words does not guarantee that division is the way you would best solve this problem. Rather, it might be useful to think about it as knowing that something's occurring more than once, right? So you have sort of a repeating activity, and you know what the total amount is. But what you're looking for is how much each section was, right? That each section or per is a word you'll see a lot, but that's kind of the context you want to be thinking about. So make sure you have those recorded. Add any other words that you think might be useful to share in class, and then let's try a few practice problems. So here's our first example that we want to examine. Go ahead and make sure you have this jotted down into your spiral as a reference. So in Alaska, the temperature can get really cold quickly. One day the temperature dropped 3 degrees an hour for 9 straight hours. And we want to know what the total temperature was, change was, during that 9-hour period. So in this story, it's clear that something's happening repeatedly, right? The temperature is changing consistently 3 degrees an hour. And we know that it is happening over and over again 9 times. So this makes the most sense to use as a multiplication question. And since the temperature is dropping, we would record that with an integer of -3, right? It's going down -3 degrees, and it happens a total of 9 times. So we know the increment, we know how many times it's happening. Our job is to find the total. And then, right, since we know that we're multiplying a negative times a positive, we're going to get a negative. Our answer would be -27. And since this is a story, I want to answer my problem with a full sentence. So I would say the total change was -27 degrees, right? Pretty straightforward, and it makes a lot of sense. We're just adding in now a negative number as one of our factors. Okay, so let's look at this next example. And as you're recording it in your spiral, think about what we know and what we're trying to find out, right? I know there are keywords that we're looking for, but it's more important we understand the whole premise of the story. So in this one, we have Eleanor, and she's playing Jeopardy, and she's answered 5 questions in a row incorrectly. So something is happening repeatedly, right? She's doing this 5 times, and we know that as a result, she is losing 50 points. Each question was worth 50 points. So we know that she's getting 5 questions wrong and each time she's losing 50 points. What we're trying to figure out is her total at the end. So again, this seems like a multiplication question, and it seems like we know that it's happening 5 times, and each time she happens to be losing 50 points. So that would be the multiplication sentence that I would set up, right? And since we have a positive times a negative, our answer is going to be negative, and it will be a -250, right? 5 times 50. But again, I'll write my answer in a complete sentence to show that I've done the whole thing and understand the context. So hopefully you can see what types of things indicate that we are using multiplication, and then we're just adding in our integers as we would any other number. Okay, taking a look at this next one. Again, as you're writing, think about what pieces you know and what you are looking for. So in this case, we have the water in the river has decreased 24 inches since the last rain. And the last rain, we'll pretend here, was 6 days ago. What was the change in water level per day? So we know a total this time, and we know what the frequency was, right? We know something repeatedly happened 6 days. What we're trying to figure out is if it's in increments, what would the amount per day be? So this one sounds like I'm dividing. I know the total, but I'm trying to figure out the increments. And so I know that I have a decrease, so a negative 24 inches of rain, right? It's gone down 24 inches, and we're splitting it up evenly, because we're trying to do it per day, like an average, right? Per day for the course of 6 days. So then we would just say, oh, I just need to split this up. 24 divided by 6, of course, is 4, but a negative divided by a positive is negative. And there again, I've recorded my answer to the story problem with a full sentence. The water level change, -4 inches per day. And we have one last example for you to record in your spiral. After running laps in PE, Channing's heart rate dropped 12 beats per minute. So over time, his heart rate dropped a total of 96 beats. And the question is, how many minutes ago did he run the lap? So think about this for a little bit. Decide what you think this problem is asking, what it is we're looking for. Are we looking for the total? Are we looking for the pieces that we can use to make up the whole? It looks to me like we know the increments of going 12 beats per minute, and we know the total amount of beats. So it looks like we're dividing because we know the total and we're trying to find the piece. So if I think about this, what I would represent this with, I know that it's gone down 96 beats total, right? So that would be, of course, a -96 if I'm using integers to represent this. And I'm dividing it into groups that are going down 12 beats per minute. So I'm dividing it by a -12. So I would be dividing a -96 by a -12. Go ahead and finish this off, figure out what your answer would be, and then please write your complete sentence answer on your spiral page to show in class when I check your homework and your notes. And remember that the essential question for this video was how we interpret multiplying and dividing integer stories. And it's more than just perhaps looking for keywords, but rather kind of deciding overall in the context of the story what pieces we know and what we're looking for. And hopefully this video helped give you some examples to have in your spirals. If you have any questions, be sure to jot them down in the margin and we can share that in class tomorrow as well.